New York, it's Thursday afternoon. We should get a. Can we get Amy Mouse to do us a
clever girl
Saturday Night Live style intro?
I've got 6 ones in a row right now, man. I didn't know it was in me. I don't know what actor right
Everybody, welcome back to the Northern Lion Live Super Show, the Thursday, June 21st, 2018 edition. As always, I'm your host, Northern Lion, joined by my esteemed co-host, Rockley Smile.
What's up? It's Rowdy Rock and Rockley Smile here. How you doing, everybody?
I like that.
We're also joined by Alpaca Patrol.
Oh, hello! How's it going?
And the specialist of guests. Introduce him, Rob, please.
I was gonna say, I feel like I'm ahead of the man, the myth, the legend, Kobe.
Cool cut cranberry cobalt.
Cool cut cranberry cobalt.
I really like this idea
refreshing
for a radio show that's like 3 really over-the-top personalities and then one dude who's just like a normal guy.
Is that you?
I think I'm the normal guy, but of course I would think that. Either way, we're going to play Super Mega Baseball 2 to start with. We're going to play Scribbler after that, and then we're going to play Quiplash. Following
Scribbler.
This, it's a smup, a scrib, and a quip.
It's smut? We're gonna do some smut?
A scrib and a quip. It's not hard.
No smut today. Yesterday's was very dirty. I don't want it anymore.
It was dirty, yeah. This is dirty time.
People on the subreddit said Rob should come before the show.
They did. I saw that. Yeah.
It's like going out of the house with a loaded gun.
I'm not going to ask you if you've taken them up on that offer, but, you know.
It'll only keep us safe for 30 minutes.
I'm just going to say officially today, and as it was yesterday,
don't do it.
I'm not starting the cum discussion. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, you finished it.
Yeah. I'm going to lean in. If you bring up the cum, I'm going to come in hard. I'm going to be laying ropes all over the field.
No ropes today. Today's ropeless day.
We don't have to.
Ropeless Thursday.
I didn't start.
I wanted to start with the conversation of, I think Skype has actually gotten worse, which I think is how I start the conversation every time as the invites go out here. But I think it's actually even worse than it's ever been before, because now I have to it doesn't tell me when I have messages. I have to assume that probably Nick and Cobalt have sent me a message by this point in the day. I click on the conversation, and then I wait 2 or 3 minutes, and it loads a message from 10 minutes ago, and finally alerts me.
And don't forget, it's got reminders of the bell where Skype wants to now tell you about a new feature. It gives you, those notifications go through no problem.
Yeah.
Just don't expect to hear from people.
Somehow, if you send me like a GIF or an emote, it alerts me. Apart from that, it just does not work.
Whoa.
I gotta get those Bing dog emotes up on there.
I have to use my iPad because I forgot my password. It's a pain in the ass to reset everything.
I can't wait to tell you about Rob's phone.
Oh, no.
Oh, what happened to my phone?
I'll tell you once we're ready to go. Are we ready to go?
I have invited Cobalt. I'm just waiting on
I clicked it.
I'm not sure what happened to my phone. I'm a little bit
You know
worried.
exactly what happened to your phone. It was the last thing we talked about as we were leaving.
Maybe one more time.
All right, I will send you one more invitation. I'll send you as many invitations as you want, but for now, I will send you one.
I should only need one. It won't let me just join, and I clicked the other one, and it didn't do anything.
Chat, you're never going to guess what happened to Rob's phone. You're going to love it, though.
I can't guess, to be honest with you.
I have sent the
What
invitation.
the heck? I clicky, and nothing happened.
Oh, well, that is some brutal language. We're a Christian show, and
All right, so I'm gonna.
Maybe I should restart it.
Yeah. Or like, are you accepting via Shift Tab or like what?
Oh yeah, shift tab.
He didn't lose it in his ass. You guys are being gross. It's nothing gross.
How long do you think it would take to dissolve if you had it in your... Probably years, right?
Again, not Rob.
No,
Rob.
I'm just
Put
like
that out
this.
there. Just
I'm
let
not
it
trying
know.
to be gross. Like sometimes I bring these things up, and then people go, "You're being gross." I'm not being gross. I'm just being curious.
But our only option as the co-hosts we have to continue this line of reasoning.
Well, you just
Exactly.
start to Google like how long does it take palladium to break down at human body temperature,
Yeah.
and then we'll start to work from there, and then we'll talk about there's acidity in the colon. You get the idea.
All right. Well, just as a preface, I didn't bring it up, but
Neither did
will
I.
say, I feel like you would die before the phone degrades.
I agree,
like, at all.
but if
Yeah,
it was like a
a-
Saw situation where they were like keeping you alive,
Can
or
someone
a
else try to invite?
sausage phone. Yeah, I'll
Would
try
you
to
get
invite you.
toxic
Try
shock
this one
syndrome?
again.
hey,
Ah.
he's in.
Yay!
Like if a tampon can give you toxic shock, can a phone?
It can indeed. So
yeah,
I've
they
heard
tell
at
you
least.
not to sleep with them next to your head
I know
and stuff.
toxic
What?
shock.
Your cell phones and your iPads and stuff.
Oh,
You're not supposed to sleep with them next to your bed and stuff.
I thought you were saying you shouldn't sleep with a tampon next to your bed.
I mean, you might need one.
Oh,
I don't know.
Excuse me, what is that, team?
Please
we just went
get
past.
justice off the screen.
It's good. We're good. It's gone.
And I'm the gross one. Ready up, get it off the screen.
I'm ready. I
Nick,
hit
hit the
ready.
A button, you madman.
Oh, me? Okay.
All right, sick.
That was weird. Okay, so Rob's phone won't stop playing jazz music.
Oh yeah, I
He
know.
looked at Google once and he said to it, like, play jazz music, and then it will never listen to him again. And his phone just plays jazz music all the time.
It wasn't even like that. I went to Google Maps to get directions, as Ryan shits on me for not doing normally, and I
Yes.
did it. I hit start, and it said, "Hey, why don't you try saying, okay, Google, play some jazz?" And I was like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And I hit back, and then it just started playing some jazz, and then I closed everything else on my phone, and for the rest of the night, it just wouldn't stop playing the jazz. It's just my phone just became a jazz phone.
Did
He
you
was trying to take a phone call, and the jazz wouldn't stop.
Yeah, it's
did you
better.
turn it off and then on again?
Yeah, it's not playing jazz anymore, thankfully, after I restarted it. But it's like there was nothing there was no open program. It
We were
was just
standing on a
playing
street
jazz.
corner, and his phone was just going off, and all of us were passing his phone around trying to figure out how to make it stop.
Yeah,
No one could stop it.
How long did
There
it
was
take?
no like app or widget or anything.
How
I
long
got
did it
fucking
take
jazz, dude.
to get to restart Meta though? That's like sometimes I restart my
well-
phone if like the internet's slow. I'm like, I'll just give this a quick little restart. That'll iron it right out.
Well, see, at that moment, I was in the middle of waiting for a lift to arrive, so
Oh,
I
you
couldn't really
can't. I see.
restart it. Yeah,
That's a fair reason.
yeah. I didn't want to.
Do you guys remember when you had to use maps to go places?
Like
All the
paper
time, yeah.
maps, yeah.
Yeah,
Paper maps.
Yeah,
I
no, it
remember
sucks.
road trips with my dad where.
Does that make us old yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember when the internet didn't exist, so
Well, I feel like
Sort of.
the signs that you see on the highway are not good. Like,
No, they're not.
They're analog. Like sometimes there'll be like 2 lanes on an exit. We had this when we were trying to go to like Kate's concert. One of the lanes takes you into the city. There's an exit with 2 lanes. I just want to make this clear because I can already hear the rebuttals. You get off on the right exit, it puts you back on the highway going in the opposite direction with no exit to go back to for like
Oh,
8
no.
minutes. You have to drive over a big bridge and then
Yeah.
you
Get
turn
abs
around.
in that long.
If you get off in the left lane, you're in a city. If you're just like, oh, exit here. Oh, took the wrong lane. Looks like that's 20 minutes added on to my commute.
yeah.
Oh,
I hate to be in a city all of a sudden. That's scary.
I had my sound on my Rift headset, so it sounded like I was talking to myself on my stream.
don't even try it.
Here's the sneaker. Ooh.
Nah.
No.
I work in a tourist information office, and I swear people still come into me with a big map trying to figure out how to get places.
What?
They do what?
They have
Bring in a big map.
That is crazy. Well, I was
Yeah, that's
thinking, like,
Worried at all that like your phone?
No.
Oh shit!
aren't you
Okay.
worried at all that the map that you purchased is now out of date and will lead to you
No.
driving off a dock into the Pacific Ocean?
That's not what I was gonna say.
I
Sorry,
bet they
had to-
also asked for a calendar and a yellow pages. Am I right?
I had to field that ball. What I was gonna say is, don't you worry that your phone is gonna not have service one time, and then you're gonna be so lost and not know what to do.
Or it'll run out of batteries or something.
Or
For
that,
sure.
yeah.
I actually thought, by the way, and I'm not trying to throw shade on him, and Cobalt, you can defend him. I thought that all of North America was so hydrated with cell phone service, there were
No.
no places in the continent that didn't have it anymore.
I wish, but no, not true.
Until Richard Hammer told me that the place he moved to doesn't have cell service, so if you want to make a phone call, you have to walk up a hill.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
Oh,
Where
dick.
did he move?
He's
He
in
has
like
good
a
internet.
lake
I heard-
cabin now.
Yeah, I heard he has amazing internet. But and I was at first I was like, that's stupid, and then I was like, no wait, that's the dream. No one can ever call you ever unless you want to call them, and he still has like fiber internet or something. It's a
And
perfect
the fishing's
scenario.
off the chain, man.
I've heard.
Yeah, but now everybody's gonna call him on Skype.
I should have said off the hook. That would have been better.
It's a genius level strategy. What if you have an emergency and you need to call the police? I get Google Voice set up, I suppose.
Give it a landline.
You gotta just learn how to run fast so you can get to the top of the hill
Yeah.
before everyone else can.
Oh man.
That's a strike.
Sneak attack.
It's alright.
In my chat, someone just said NL in the forest lull, and I just imagine you just like holding up your phone, walking around a tree in circles.
Hey man, I used to live in basically the woods.
I know.
I had 56K internet, and it was pre the invention or widespread adoption of cellular telephones.
Honestly, it was just a funny image in my head.
I don't remember if I told you guys, but I was gonna say, like, you know, if your phone runs out of batteries, you pretty much get what you deserve because they hold charges forever now. But actually,
Not true.
What are you talking about? How long does your phone hold a charge
My
for?
phone
One
does
day.
not. I'm just gonna say
If you're
that.
Depends
lucky,
on how you
like
treat your battery.
I go out on like a 2-hour bike ride, my phone loses like 12% battery life with maps, LTE, like data, Strava, and music on.
what's
What the hell
Strava?
is a Strava?
Strava is like it's a fitness tracking app.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, we were all
these
comparing
apps.
our phones at dinner, and I think none of us had more than 50% in half a day.
Mine was down to 0.
Yeah, Rob's was dumb.
Was it- did
It's
it
because it was playing jazz all day.
Did it
Oh,
start?
you didn't? Oh.
Yeah.
Did it start at 100?
Yeah, it started at 100 in the day.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I just had my battery replaced at the end of last year.
Yeah, my phone is like 3 years old too. Turn your brightness down, you.
No, my brightness is at almost the
Oh,
bottom.
that's gone.
Oh,
Oh,
it's-
wow.
Send him home. Yeah. Oh,
No.
hold him. Yeah. Good enough.
It's fine, it's fine, it's
all
fine.
Take advantage of the chaos, Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know when I'm controlling them. I guess when you're batting, I control the runners.
Correct.
Okay.
But then, actually, what I was gonna say is when I flew to LA, I didn't charge my phone before I left, so I had like 30% battery life. And then when I was on the plane,
Oh, bullshit call.
Billy Bean.
How?
When I was on the plane, I had to like
Yeah, that-
text people when I landed. I had to like look up my itinerary and stuff like that. They didn't have seatback entertainment. They were like, pull out your cell phone and then watch stuff on our app. So all I did for like 3 hours was stare straight ahead.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was like being back in the 90s. I was like, I guess I'll just look. Like, I kind of watched the movie that the dude on the seat in front of me was watching. And then, you know, with no sound. So that wasn't that strong.
You didn't just look out the window for a while?
No
It was
way.
nighttime, you know? So
Oh, yeah, it's just black.
yeah.
There's nothing.
Plus, I was in an aisle seat, so I'm not reaching over and being
No.
like,
That's super awkward. The people next to you think you're staring.
this is why I have ebooks on my phone. I couldn't have the ebooks. My phone was on like almost no battery life. I didn't want
I
to
will
land.
say you can, like a podcast will get you through like 2 hours and maybe 5% battery.
Yeah,
I always fall asleep like an hour into it, not even. Just puts me right to sleep.
Okay, I'm ready.
In the air
Oh.
just does.
Yeah, I know if I could take an actual book, that would have been good. I could have also charged my phone before I got on the airplane. Really,
I get
it's
motion sickness when I read while I'm moving.
How do you charge books? I don't know how you would be possibly read that. I don't know. That doesn't sound
Kindle.
weird. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I actually like.
Run, you fool!
I thought I was a genius.
Yeah, good call, good call.
Because I'm like, I'm such an experienced traveler. I don't need. Everyone always talks about packing. Like, what does it take? You just, put a couple of pairs of clothes in your backpack and then get on the airplane. And then I got on the airplane and it was like, my phone is not charged. And also, I forgot my toothbrush and toothpaste. So then when I got to the hotel, I was like, hey, I'm 10 years old. Do you have a toothbrush that I can use? And they're like, yeah, we got you. Thank God.
That's nice.
You.
Okay.
Yeah, just slip it in there, right in the corner. What is
I watched
this?
the Blair Witch remake last night, and that was hot trash.
How about that Star Wars
That was
remake coming
okay,
out?
actually.
We'll talk about that.
I am very excited for the Star Wars remake.
Right. Oh,
Where-
the remake of The Last
Where
Jedi.
the fans get all of their.
And
their input.
I was talking about it in a video today, that I feel like I really want to see a movie made by internet film critics that would just exclusively be explaining away plot holes to ensure that there's no pedantic criticism. Like, and then Rey deploys her lightsaber. Ouch, she says as the plasma hits her cheek. That's very hot.
Did you guys go far enough down to see what Seth Rogen was saying? Because it was hilarious.
I
No,
did
what he
indeed.
say?
I can get to it if I have
Well,
a second here.
He was basically like, so you guys have investors, right? And then they were like, well, we don't have investors, but we will get investors because it's a movie, so it'll make money. And he's like, so you don't have investors. And they're like, well, we got your attention, didn't we? So it shouldn't be too hard to get anybody else's. And I'm like, yeah, okay, hilarious.
Damn. Okay.
You got it all. Fuck,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no.
I'm sorry. I tried to stretch him.
Good play.
Number 69 up to bat, Robert Alpaca Patrol.
Mhm.
That one's my bad for sure.
At one point, he was like, so you don't have investors or a script or stars lined up, but you're just going to get this through Disney?
The argument,
Yeah, like what are they gonna bring to Disney? Yeah,
The argument is
They're
actually just
we'll get
like-
the funding.
if you build it, they will come.
Right. I just
And their rebuttal was like, it's a strong IP, so...
Don't catch that.
look. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, and
I hated the movie too, to be fair.
I liked The Last Jedi. I thought it was pretty good.
You're
Yeah, I thought it was
disgusting
fine.
as a human being.
I also like it.
Yeah.
I don't think the remake needs to be done, but I do think it was a trash movie, personally.
Of all
And
the
I can
things though to
explain it.
remake, you would also acknowledge it should have been episode 1, right?
Yeah.
I
mean,
like The
yeah.
Force Awakens. I like that one.
I thought Force Awakens was all right.
Well, it's
I
just
thought
like
The Last Jedi was better.
it's the part of nerd culture that makes me mad, despite being a nerd, is that like even if you don't like the movie, that's fine. Like you don't own it. Like you don't just get to remake it until it's good. You're just like, okay, this
Yeah.
one's bad. Fair enough. I don't like this one. Maybe I'm not in for the next one. Maybe I am. It's a 2-hour movie. Like I don't understand. Like we've got to fix the canon. Like the timeline is askew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
mean-
tweet just baffled my mind. I can't believe that's a thing.
I don't know.
All light speed and warp travel in every space movie has been ruined for me now.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, like I've said this before. I think probably on the NLSS, but no one fucking hates Star Wars as much as Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
like those are the
absolutely
only. It's so goddamn common, and it's frustrating.
well, I don't
And
know
by
about
the way,
you guys, but
Solo
like
was pretty good.
when they Disney is like, maybe we won't make. They put all the Star Wars story movies on hold while they like reconsider if it's a good investment. And people were like, no, I wanted that Obi-Wan one. And I'm like, yeah, I think maybe it's okay to not go to the movie theater 3 times in a year and a half to see 3 different Star Wars movies.
That's
Yeah.
insane. They're just penny pinching you, like drain in your wallet.
If they make
They,
less, I think that's just fine.
They're making a Star Wars hotel at Disneyland, though. Might need to hit that up. Might
Is
hit
the
that.
hotel canon?
I don't know.
It better be themed like Mos Eisley. That's all I'm saying.
The most wretched hive of scum
Oh
and
my
villainy.
god. Dude, you should play Obi-Wan in the remake.
We gather here today.
The amount of stumbling just made that amazing.
How about Marvel? They poop out movies nonstop. You're right, but the fans actually like those ones. It's
Marvel movies.
it's basically what the difference is that, you know, one day it'll happen. One day it'll happen. They'll make one and they'll fuck it up really bad, and that's when the dream is gonna stop. But
I mean, Ultron
But,
wasn't
like,
that good, but
The other thing is, there's enough variety in Marvel that, like, I mean,
Come
people
on.
are getting Marvel fatigued even now.
Yeah.
But like, there's enough variety that you can potentially not be fatigued, you know, and you can jump in whenever. With Star
Marvel
Wars,
movies are
it's
like the zombie fads.
yeah.
People are sick of zombies now.
Good eye, good eye.
With Star Wars, it's like no one wanted a Han Solo movie, you know? Like no one really wanted to watch that.
We already know what happens. Chewbacca and Han Solo
Yeah.
live. So
yeah, it
yeah.
takes the stakes
Solid
away.
hit.
Thank you.
like, oh, they're in a scary flight battle. Everybody on the ship's gonna live. Like,
Yeah.
you already know. That Mojo though.
Think they're gonna make any more of those Sherlock movies?
With Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought. Well, aren't they making somebody else is making a Sherlock movie with like Will Ferrell and
Oh.
John C. Reilly? Is this correct? Someone
Is it messed
Really?
up that I kind
fact
of
check
like
me.
those old Sherlock movies? Not old, but like those fairly recent Sherlock movies. I think they're okay.
Okay.
This Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie.
They're a little long-winded sometimes.
Yeah.
I liked young Sherlock Holmes from back in the day, that movie, where they like have the cult and they're going around making everybody like trip on acid and killing themselves with like poisonous darts, but it's like makes
Yeah.
them trip.
It's a bit of a renaissance for good Sherlock media in the 2000 pluses.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get
Oh,
public
die for
domain properties, you know?
All right, so there's like the Sherlock Holmes movies, but what's the other good Sherlock?
The
property?
TV show and that the video game that's fairly recent.
Actually, I'm with you on the
Video game.
on the middle game in that franchise. Mostly, I was just using it as an opportunity to like insult
Oh.
the BBC show.
TV show, yeah. You wanted to
I
call
thought
it
they
out.
were just
Doctor
two.
Strange.
I don't know. There's like 17. Frogwares have been making those games since like I was 2 years old. Like I hear
Yo,
the Devil's Daughter is not that good, but the middle one of the last three is good.
Elementary was greater than Sherlock. I don't know.
I will
haven't
never
seen
watch
it.
Elementary.
Alright.
That's
I watched like an episode or two of that, and it's like just a regular network procedural crime show.
yeah, but
Oh.
Lucy
Happens to be-
Liu is Sherlock.
But people are like, it's so much better than Sherlock. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like CSI Sherlock Holmes. This is what it kind of looks like. But I don't know. I haven't watched a lot.
Lucy Liu could be good. I just haven't seen it.
Fist bump.
Oh,
And
she's
apparently she's not
Watson.
Sherlock either, so
She's the other Sherlock, Doctor
Right,
Sherlock.
Me and Jess started watching this show, The Alienist, which has
Dude!
a little bit of
I
That's a
know
word?
it's just the worst name. I heard it was pretty good, but when I
Yeah.
saw that the show was named The Alienist, I was like, is it the sequel to The Mentalist, but now he's an alien? Like,
That's what it sounds like.
oh man,
yeah, that's a shit tier name. That's awful.
I don't even get it.
Yeah.
Is it dude that studies aliens?
No, it's like it's apparent they're like in Victorian times psychologists were called alienists because
Oh.
they believed that the mind was alienated from the. It doesn't matter. Like it's just a
Oh.
stupid name for the premise, but
Right.
I mean it's all right. It's not too bad. I wouldn't say it's like anything to write home about it for.
I watched a couple
Oh.
episodes of The Man in the High Castle last night.
Yeah,
I'm like
Oh, gosh, man,
I'm like
everything.
35, 65 on that show.
I couldn't get into it.
I haven't seen it.
It did something that kind of annoyed me, and this is again, I have become Cinema Sins in this case. But
Yeah.
so it's in an alternate future, well, alternate history, where
Right.
the Axis powers won the Second World War. So the east coast of the United States is partitioned for the German Empire, and the west coast is part of the Japanese Empire. So they have these scenes that are in San Francisco, and everybody speaks English. And I went, okay, I get it. They're speaking English because it's an English show, and you don't want to make people watch with subtitles. But then she goes into a store, and she goes, konnichiwa, and the lady goes, konnichiwa. And I'm like, okay, what are we doing here now? I already know we're in Japan. And then they speak in English for the rest of the conversation. And then, at the end, they go, arigato gozaimasu. And I'm like, you gotta choose one.
Do we have a universal translator on at home? Is that what we're doing?
Well, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, that's what you're saying. I realize now, but
Yeah.
it's like I don't understand. Like they're like, well, she'll just say hello. What do you mean it's a mixture of cultures? So you go, you speak 2 different languages to someone behind the counter? I don't think so.
Yeah, people
Like as a show of respect.
That does not. I've never seen that happen.
I've seen it here where like people will speak Spanish English, where there's just like English mixed with Spanish words throughout the sentence.
The only time I see that is like in other countries where a white guy wants to impress his friends.
Dude,
And he goes, check it out, I'll order those.
See, that sentence that you just said makes me feel so insecure about saying gracias to a Spanish waiter. That's exactly why. Oh,
I do it
I
too.
really don't think you should feel bad about that.
I know. People have told me it's totally fine, but I just feel so insecure about it.
I think that's just entered sort of the cultural lexicon to the extent where nobody's thinking too hard about when someone says it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd give you a little Costanza if you went, if you did the entire conversation in English, except you said hola at the start and then gracias at the end. I'd be like, come on, man.
He just said gracias, though.
Yeah.
I'll accept
I
it.
said
But
to the bartender at the Ace Bar, I said Dankeschön. So
Why'd you do that?
because he's
I
German.
mix up my thank yous sometimes.
Is
I
he
don't know
German?
why. No, I don't think she was German.
Dankeschön?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Dankeschön.
whatever.
That's a totally different thing.
Yeah, but like neither of us are German anyway.
Well,
She
then why
gets
are
the
you
point.
saying
Like, because it's well, who cares? What?
Dankeschön. With the umlaut.
I
don't know, man.
There are very few things I could care less about right now, to be honest with you. And that.
I'm just saying, in real life it's okay, but in the TV show it made me a little bit pedantic.
Yeah,
also, the
no, I feel
CGI in that show is so much worse than any show produced by a $1 trillion corporation should be. Like, they had a scene where a dude was falling down a great distance, and I swear they just photoshopped and then control-clicked on the dude and, like, shrunk him slowly. It was terrible.
Yeah, if
I
you
miss
don't care so much,
claymation.
why did you do it? I don't get it.
What, to just say thank you in another language? Because, I don't know, because I say things.
Send him. Send him. That's all right. Keep him. All right. You know, you do you.
You know, where do you think I'm going?
All right.
I'm just like, what a great hit. I'm just gonna leave this guy on first base.
Amazon's not $1 trillion corporate. What the heck was that?
I'm taking someone's head off.
It looked like you hit it with the backswing.
Yeah. The Christ was that?
It's my power.
Oh.
Okay, all right. I don't remember the third one.
Force NL to watch The Expanse. I think NL would like The Expanse, but I'm not going to pressure him to watch that.
Oh, you have to watch it because it's renewed now.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's like a less incentive to watch it
Oh.
because it's still on. It's a huge commitment now.
I think it's a really good show, but I'm not sure it's necessarily for everyone.
Well, the only reason I even watched The Man in the High Castle is because
Oh.
Shaw Internet bit the
that
dust,
was foul.
so it wasn't. Corey was not able to stream. And as a result, I was like, "What do I do with my time?" So I tried to go to Netflix, but it was like sign up for a free trial, and I was like, I already have Netflix. So then, like, I got to remember what my wife's password for Netflix is, and I can't remember it. So I'm like, fine, I'll use Amazon Prime Video. That's where we finish it. Amazon Prime Video is like third-party Netflix. It's got like the second best romantic comedy from every movie from 1998 onwards.
And it's
Top
also
Gear.
got the literal worst fucking UI out of anything on planet Earth.
The app is pretty bad.
It's so surprisingly garbage.
Oh my god.
I gotta say,
throw
the
it in my
literal
box at
worst,
all?
the worst UI in the actual world is the Two Bros Pizza menu website.
Why did you go to their website?
I was
What?
just
Thanks.
curious what, if anything, they served other than pizza,
No,
and I was amazed at what I found.
It's basically just like $1 pizza place.
It's a list of things that are pizza with no prices and only text, and there's not really anything else.
Good,
Yeah.
good restraint.
Yeah, I wanted to send it really bad that time.
Watch The Whore of Wall Street. I try not to, as a principle, watch any media property that's named to riff on another media property. Oh my god, somebody went to the website, and it does look terrible.
Look, you gotta understand, if you're going to the Two Bros website, it's famous for being a dollar pizza joint. They don't have much in the way of margins, you know what I'm saying?
I
Ah,
get you.
shit.
It's just like, I think you could randomly type into some like CSS and get better than that.
Oh, no balls!
Sorry, he's gonna drop it. He's gonna drop it.
Dude,
Okay,
on that
walk
batter walk play, I was afraid it was gonna be a homer because it was right over the middle. I don't know how that ended up being a
My
walk.
balls are never in the middle, okay? They're top
you're right.
left in my face, near my nips.
You're right.
Can feel
I don't
the
know where it
breeze
ended up going because I
frosting.
looked away.
The font is pure anguish.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, look, if you're going to New York, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you go to Two Bros Pizza.
I got
It's
it, but
dollar
like, if
pizza.
they have $20, just do the website over.
yeah,
How do you
or,
miss
or
that,
go
you
to
scumlord?
go to Squarespace and get your website.
That would
set
be
up
better.
for-
A template site would have been better.
All right, I really should have went to second on that, huh?
I was waiting for you to.
Now you're fine.
Just trying to debate you.
Here's a conversation topic from Chad. The Batman trilogy is the only good superhero movie trilogy. Agree or disagree?
Oh my god.
I think first you gotta say what's
Iron
good.
Man?
Well,
Yeah.
I know you didn't like
I
three.
mean, the Crimson, whatever, Mandrake guy. Like, are you kidding me?
The Crimson Mandrake?
Whatever
What
is
yeah,
the
yeah,
man,
the Mandarin, the
Dragoon?
Mandarin.
Yeah, that guy, the orange.
Crimson Man.
Yeah, I'm not sure I ever
I don't
saw
even
that.
remember. He's so crappy. I don't remember his name.
Hey, that's Ben Kingsley.
Oh
Best-
no!
Best
The worst.
Oscar, 1991.
Don't hurt your knee.
Can
He's
someone
trying to
draw
break
the
his back.
Crimson Mandrake though?
Well, that's
Because I
the
would
thing,
love to
so,
see
like-
that superhero.
No, Spider-Man would have a chance if Spider-Man
Yeah.
3 were not horrendous. But
And
unfortunately,
you know what? In fairness, I think Dark Knight Rising is not that great compared to the first two.
I also think it is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's not a strike. But anyway, but it's nowhere near as bad as Spider-Man 3 is because Spider-Man 3 is just bad.
They
It
just
almost
shrugged
erases
off
the goodwill
Venom.
from 2.
Well,
How are you gonna just give Venom a 30-second part, pretty much?
yeah.
No, that
ridiculous.
was out. Well, that's just stupid.
Bowl.
So
Die
like,
Hard's not really a superhero, though.
What is it?
Wow.
Die Hard.
No, what are you doing? There we go.
Hey, that'll do.
I'll take it.
The second run doesn't count as a result of that, but sure.
I forget how to control the individual fuck
That's all right. We tied it up. It's all good.
Well,
yeah, we're good.
I don't know. So, chat, I love Captain America 2 and 3, but I think 1 is pretty boring.
One sucks.
But it sets up, it has a setup for a lot of it. I feel like.
Easy pop fly.
Hey!
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
the backward.
God.
Oh boy.
The backward jump.
No,
Yeah.
Make him work for his shish kebabs tonight.
X-Men absolutely does not count, because X3 is probably worse than Spider-Man 3.
Arguable, but I can see the argument.
If
him over.
Hellboy was a trilogy, I would nominate that.
There's only 2 movies in it, though.
I know. I
The
want it
Golden
to.
Army wasn't that great.
If X-Men was a duology, it would look like a pretty good trilogy too.
Well, count The Shape of Water as the third one.
Do you remember when she
The
gets
21st
the
of
crown at
November?
the end and melts it with her flame power?
That's
She
X3.
could have literally done that the entire time
Oh, I thought you had that.
in Hellboy 2.
Oh, and Hellboy 2. Okay.
Yes. I mean, nope. Change the mind.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, that's me. It's a very
When
racist
Deadpool
Italian
They
Yeah,
don't
caricature
give
of
you
me.
a lot of nuance, okay?
When Deadpool 3 happens, that will be the greatest superhero trilogy. Unless they just freaking jump the shark with it somehow.
Could be. I haven't
You
seen
get
Deadpool
that
2 yet.
It's good.
Very good.
Yeah.
I almost worry if it's not going to become like
Dang.
adult Minions or something at some point. I stole that
I
from a
wouldn't be
tweet,
surprised.
but I was like, you know, first off, let people like things, but secondly, maybe you're right. Maybe it is adult Minions.
I mean, I know by the time Deadpool 3 comes out, you're going to be on the Rick and Morty side of the spectrum with it. So, I mean,
What about
Only-
Incredibles?
if you like
Only-
Deadpool now, chat, get it in while you can.
No,
I mean,
it's only if something
going
terrible
away.
happens, like some dude in a Deadpool costume pulls out his dick at Comic-Con and then goes, "Oh, the
You think
character
that
would
hasn't
do
happened
it.
already?
The character pulls out his dick all the time." You know, if that happens, then I'll start to be like, "Eee."
Character pulls off his dick all the time. Don't say that. Big
Oh,
no.
yeah. I heard
Deadpool
someone just called a
Bang
meme
theory
pool.
for people who are slightly more cynical. Get out.
Somebody already called a meme pool. It started. You don't get, look, just get it in now. You can laugh, but soon you'll be ridiculed. So
No.
just be prepared.
You mind flooded me so hard I didn't even swing at the first one.
I mean, Deadpool 2 was pretty good though.
Yeah.
Oh, daddy.
Baby.
That's gonna. He's gone.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, thank goodness.
Good stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can't be cynical about any
You didn't get me,
movie
Winry.
that Josh Brolin is in, except for Sicario 2.
What about Thanos?
I stand.
Josh Brolin himself said he has a nutsack chin.
He does, yeah.
To Stephen Colbert. It was pretty funny, actually.
Has anyone ever explained why Thanos has that weird chin thing?
He's from fucking Titan. You know what a Titan is supposed to look like?
I remember
Titanite?
them.
He's a Titanite
It's a
demon?
bad throw.
They cut their faces off in the game. Gonna put that stamp on it?
They don't even need faces.
Yeah, they have lightning bolts. They don't need faces. Shraba! Why am I swinging it?
I don't know. I'm making the breeze on your nips. Just
No,
like
you don't
Rob
go
was
higher.
doing.
Yeah. When he swings low, you go high.
Oh, that
Let's
was-
go.
What?
Josh Brolin is in the Old Boy remake. Yeah, but that was before he like had his huge career resurgence. So, you know, if you're doing what you can to get a job, I'll give you that. Wait, no, that was after No Country for Old Men. He's
Yeah, I was
dead.
gonna say, wait, he's
He's dead to me. Disregard.
Stealing? Little thief?
Sorry,
man
I
is-
thought we could get away with
That
it.
man is too
my
slow.
team's too slow, yeah.
Oh,
all
that
right.
was way out the park.
Yeah.
Was Sicario any good?
Sicario 1 is amazing.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
It's fantastic.
Oh man.
Why are you cynical about the sequel?
Because it has not the original director or the original star.
okay. So that's an easy recommendation.
Benicio in,
It does
in
still
two?
have Benicio del Toro, yes.
Yeah. I really like Benicio
Oh.
del Toro.
Where's Antonio Banderas been?
Um,
Oh, wow. 2 feet away.
I actually thought you were safe there, to be honest. I also wasn't sure if I was doing the fielding, so I just was lucky.
What is up with these pop flies today?
Yeah,
Pretty happy about
you're
it.
right. It is about a guy who gets car sick. It's an experimental film from Gus Van Sant about
Sick car.
Josh Brolin just being like,
Actually, I thought it was about it was like a spin-off from Breaking Bad starring Jesse Pinkman and involved him hanging out with guys with cool cars.
Sicario.
And
yeah.
Sicario.
Sicario. That's his like main catchphrase in it. Yeah.
Thank you, Stewart, is me. Noted.
You guys get car sick?
Nah.
Yep, when I read.
I get car sick. I think what happened, I got car sick when I was younger in an old Ford Aerostar.
Mobile?
It was not an Oldsmobile. It was a Ford Aerostar with cloth seats. And now whenever I smell, like in the summer, a hot car interior with cloth seats makes me want to throw up. Every time. It was like a traumatic experience.
Yeah, that's like when I see an advertisement for Georgie vodka. For similar reasons.
Tweaked groin.
When you
Is that
get
the one
car
with the
sick,
handles?
oh, there's
But
you gotta be more
that's the
specific.
handles,
That's the handles?
yeah, that's handle story.
Being car
That's,
sick makes you a very selfish person as well, because it leads to you saying things like, "Could you drive more smoothly, please?" Nobody. Kate's mom didn't take that one the right way when I said it.
Hit all the potholes. I trusted you!
I trust. Yeah. I didn't think it was worth risking that.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I just like saying "oopa."
Ting tang, walla walla bing bang.
No comment.
Ah,
You just give him a little hope.
we need a little hope right now.
Yes, we do. Isn't Roman Reigns a WWE wrestler?
No, it's a historical feature of the ancient Roman Empire.
Oh, that's true.
Come on,
Yeah.
mama!
Let me hit you with a pedantic anecdote.
Okay.
All roads lead to Rome. Don't all roads lead everywhere?
Like,
No?
that's demonstrably untrue?
How so?
I
Is
can't
there a
drive to
road?
Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one doesn't count. But like, imagine you lived in like a world that only has one continent.
I'd like that. That'd be cool,
right.
but I don't. Can you make
Okay.
that be the way that is?
Yeah, I'll invent the airplane.
I don't think that sky roads are a thing.
I'm just saying, if all roads lead to Rome, it also means that all roads lead to all other roads.
I mean,
I can't drive to Australia.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, I'm
sure
aware of this.
understanding
I'm asking you to forgo the ocean part of it,
Okay, imagine.
which I've already
two
gotten that assumption out of the way that
part
there's
is
no
the whole part
that
that
there's no
counts.
ocean.
Imagine two infinite roads that both lead to Rome, but they are parallel to one another.
I was about to say that's definitely
How would it
foul.
lead to other roads?
I'm asking
Wait, say
you to
what you just
assume
said again?
that
Two
those
roads
roads
lead-
don't exist.
Two infinite roads that are parallel to one another, but they both lead to Rome.
Well, they connect in Rome at some point. You would get off the I-1 in Rome and then take a service road to get on the I-2.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that makes sense.
I like the idea of roads working, but I don't think it does, though.
Miss you, brother. HH.
Miss you, butter.
Yeah, I was like, how does he say it again? Oh, Hulk, you really fucked that one up. Send him back, you madman!
What? Why is it going to first?
No, that's where you want him.
Yeah, you
Oh, I thought
prefer
he was
that.
at second already. Oh my god.
Read chat.
Wait, does he know anything about the road system in Europe, and more specifically in Italy?
No.
All roads do lead to Rome.
Then all roads lead to each other.
No, but there are roads in America.
Now
And-
that's true.
Yeah.
But then you got a problem with all roads lead to Rome then. The initial premise is already flawed. Not all roads lead to Rome, but all roads that lead to Rome lead to all roads that lead to Rome.
Oh,
Everywhere.
Okay, yes.
That's a very
that's
different
true.
statement, isn't it?
Yeah, that's extremely different from what you said.
Thank you, Chad.
Also, isn't the point of that saying wasn't even to say it's literally true. It was just a euphemism to say how important Rome was.
A euphemism.
What the fuck are... Hold on. I'm
trying to fuck
losing my
Rome?
mind. People are saying that no, it isn't, Rob. That how is all roads lead to each other mean the same thing as all roads that lead to Rome also
I meant to
lead
say an
each
idiom.
other? Yeah, they're completely different ideas. It is not true at all. There are roads in America that lead... That
They don't lead to Rome, though. And if they did, they would lead to other roads that led to Rome.
But your original statement is all roads lead to Rome.
Yeah.
All roads would then mean that all roads lead to each other.
I see the problem. There was an implicit if at the start of it.
If we're talking about the roads that lead to Rome, yeah. Okay. You see, that's a different idea here.
So you're telling me in the entire country, there's no road that's not connected to another road?
It is. You know what?
No.
I think I might say that.
Probably.
I'm trying to think of it. Like, how would you get a car on it? You have to build the car on that road.
Imagine a road that doesn't lead to another road, but is instead divided by a property.
Yep. No, I hear you on that one.
So
Like-
there's
like
a
a
road
racetrack.
within the property, but there's no road to connect the property to the other road.
How did a car get on it, though?
Or racetrack. That's a good one.
I'll keep asking it.
The car can drive off-road.
But then
Yeah, the car can go right off
I
that
would say
road.
that off-road has now become a road.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yes. Oh,
I'm like really invested in this road thing. I'm thinking real hard. I'm sorry. I'll pay more attention. We're actually winning, so we should actually just win. You're right.
Yeah, but I'm just I'm mind flooded right now, to be honest with you.
Look, I posited a question.
I'm just flooded because people are calling me like an idiot for saying no. For saying that what your thing is like tautologically wrong. Oh god.
They built a stretch of highway for the Matrix 2.
I
So
got
how about
they
that?
did,
Oh, there you
like
go.
A mile
How,
long.
how did they get the roads? Or how did they get the cars onto the road?
No, you can't keep using that. We've already rebutted that.
You're
With a
telling me they drove
helicopter?
some tractor trailers through a ditch to get onto the road?
It's not. It doesn't have to be a ditch.
Helicopter.
They get a helicopter lifted, yeah. Like an AC-130 or something.
Oh, baby.
Send them, send them. Keep sending them.
No.
Keep running. No, wrong sender. We're good. We're good.
What about an
I
aircraft
seen the other one?
carrier runway? What are you doing?
I tricked him.
You did trick me there.
Yeah, an aircraft carrier. Now we're talking. That's the first genuine rebuttal I've ever heard.
There you go.
To
Well,
my-
does it count as a road if it's just a...
If there's planes on it, it's another different. Yeah, is a runway a road? Cars go on it, planes go on it, but I wouldn't describe it as
I
a
guess
road.
cars do go on it, yeah.
Those little cars and the police cars go on it.
Oh, whoa! The bee!
Oh no!
Smack this one out the park.
Austin is strained.
He's got a groin strain.
It's alright, it's still
His
going
tweaked
yard.
groin.
Oh, that was it.
All right, I'm going to hit you right in the hands on this one. I hope you're ready.
His shoulders will take all the blunt force. It's like armor.
Come on, Gravity, kick it into gear.
Nice.
Shit.
Yes! The New York
Alright.
Baseball Jets win!
Easy.
Wow.
Is that our first win?
No, it's probably like your fourth. But you still cheer like it's the first one every time.
Well, it's exciting for me.
We'll be back in 3 minutes to play Scribble. See you then.
Nice.
We're getting a lot of information about independent roads now.
See, Chet, now, would you prefer the cum talk or the Rome road talk? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking about.
I know what I prefer.
Who invited you?
You got the two options. Come on, roads. Yeah, there you go. That's.
I'm just saying. You know, I can make it philosophy 101 at Cambridge University. If we assume that all roads lead to road, then via the transitive property,
Well,
all
yes,
roads
that's
lead to all
true.
roads.
Correct, but that is not what you initially said. All I'm saying.
Well, that's
Have
right.
you ever thought about a one-way road?
All the time when I try to avoid them, yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, but one side of the road, philosophically, does lead to another road, right? Even in a one-way road.
No.
I think we're talking about the physically interconnectedness of them, not the rules of them.
You talking about a one-way road or a one-way
only goes
street?
one way.
Good point.
It only goes one way. How can it lead back where it came if it only goes one way?
What are there, like a series of like brackets that keep the car from going the opposite direction?
It's like a spider web.
Like little like triangular things that once the car passes over it, they can't drive the other direction, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What the fuck was that?
Break it.
I almost spilled my drink.
Oops, Daisy. Apologies.
Look, I know you're mad about the road thing, Rob, but come on.
Oops. I did not mean to.
What was that?
I was gonna mute.
It sounded like a refrigerator opening, followed by opening the bottle cap by putting the bottle on the edge of the desk and then hitting the top of it twice.
Yeah, that's actually exactly correct. Strangely enough, yeah.
I thought you just beat the shit out of your wall out of anger.
No, Jess is here for that.
What?
Wait a minute, what?
She's beating me right now. I just want to let you know.
It sounded like you said you were going to beat your girlfriend.
What?
Instead of the wall.
Of course not. Who would
Exactly
imagine
what it sounded like.
something
See you
like
guys
that?
next week. Gonna take
Oh,
off.
man.
Who would say something so vile?
Did you guys hear? Dude, I love Nintendo